here Dockerfile, what happened? Dockerfile will, with the help of Dockerfile, we will create a Docker image, and Docker image will contain your source code and your all dependencies. It is a combination of that. Okay, and as we have already seen that we have a lots of images also available into Docker Hub, and these are that already somebody is created and uploaded into the public registry. It is a docker.com. It is a public repository. Everybody, even though you, me, everyone can download easily. Okay, and something, it is a base images are there, and something it is a some customized images are there. Okay, so base image means what? That organization itself, like suppose Nginx, it is there. So Nginx organization itself has a released their images. So it is a base based based image are there, and if you want to customize that Nginx, right, with some features, so it is that image called customized image. Okay, so you have to be understand that. So now what happened? We are going to create our Docker file, and Docker file will contain your source code and your dependencies. Okay, and then what happened? If you are using this source code, source code and dependencies, if you are combining both, means if you are taking with both, means combining both, so you will get that docker docker image, docker customized image, customized images, you will get it. Okay, customized images means what? Because it is not a based image, right? You are adding your source code, you are adding your dependency, then what happened? With the help of Docker file, you are achieving your 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 customized images. Okay, so how, and if the customized images is created, right, so with the help of this, you are you will create your containers, right? And what exactly we are trying to achieve it? Suppose if you are working into the any uh, application, so application is running where? Application is running into that your container. Okay, so final in the result, it is running into that here, right? That your application, your source code means your what? Application code and dependencies, whatever Java or Python, what kind of dependency is there, like some, for suppose I'm using a Java, so JDK, some dependencies are there, right, for the Java related. So we have to be also push that into that customized image. Otherwise, what happen? That application, Java application, it is not able to run. So first of all, with the help of Docker file, we are adding your our source code means your application, and then after that dependency, and combine both, we will get our customized image. And with this customized image, we have to be create our Docker container. Okay, And container, it is responsible to run your application. We are learning container technology, right? With the help of Docker. Docker, it is a software. And suppose you have created some customized uh, images, right? You have to be also push into that some private. Suppose if you are working into that uh, any company, so you have to push into some private repo. Okay, private repo. If you suppose if you want to, because I don't have a, private repo access, right? So what happened, we we will use Docker Hub in this case. And Docker Hub, it is a public or private, uh, Kasib bhai?
Yes,
So it is a Docker Hub, it is a public repo or private repo? Which kind of repo it is?
it's public repo.
Public repo, yes. So even what happened, we will create it, this repo, this images which I our own. So it is what? It is a our customized image. Customized image means we are taking some base image. On top of it, we have done some modification. Modification means we have sent our application code into that images, and our dependencies are in these images, and we are combining both and created one new images. And this new images, how we are creating? With the help of Docker file. Okay, with the help of Dockerfile, we are creating images. So when that images is created, we have to push our image into repo, whether it is a public, whether it is a private, it doesn't matter for me, but only we have to understand that process. And with the help of this customized image, we have to be create our containers. So creation will work on the Docker run file, right? Docker run, and some options are there. We have to use this command and we will create our containers. And containers, when it is ready, then it containers contains our application and dependency, and it is proper running kind of VMs. We will feel that our application it is running, but it is a this application it is running into inside our inside our containers. Okay, and containers technology, everybody is aware that what how I have created, right? So understand the architecture first of all. First of all, what happened? I have created one VM. On top of VM, what happened? We have installed some operating system. VM will, when we are spinning the VM, some operating system is already assigned, right? Suppose you are taking a one spinning up one VM with the help of Ubuntu. Okay, so Ubuntu, it is what? Ubuntu, your operating system. And top of it, what happened? You have again spin up one application, one software that its name is Docker, right? Again, what happened? You have installed some software, not spin up here. Install one software that name is Docker. And top of it, what happened? You are going to create your images. You are going to create your images. You are going to run your containers, everything, whatever operation you are performing into that VM itself. And only for that containerization tool technology, you are using a Docker as a software. Okay, so and with the help of Docker, you are achieving everything. So that's why we are reading each and everything, how work with the containerization tool, which how to run, how to create image, everything we are going to going to learn. And now what is a we have to read that what is a Docker file now. Okay, And guys, it is a very important concept, and each and every interviewer, right, will ask uh, this kind of conversation, even though in any kind of interview. So at least 2 or 3 questions every time they will ask. If you are going to any kind of interview, right, whether it is a fresher, whether it is a means highly experienced also. So at least 2 or 3 questions you will get it from the Dockerfile itself. So understand these kind of concept and be very careful, be attentive now. So what is a Docker? Okay. So Docker contains set of instruction to build a Docker image. It is a not a programming, okay. It is a not a programming. It is some set of instructions which is responsible to build the Docker image. So don't afraid. This is the programming. It is not a programming. You have to be understand that some instructions in Docker file we will use DSL. DSL means domain specific language. It is a some instruction which is part of DSL means domain specific language. Okay, and Docker engine will read the Docker file instruction from top to bottom to process. Suppose you have written some Docker file. So Docker file uh, compiles one by one line, second line, third line, what kind of instruction you are providing, right? So it will read that instruction and it will execute one by one. It is not randomly like suppose it is executed first line then 10th line, not like that, one by one, whatever written in sequence, right, it will execution also, its execution is also sequence wise, like 1 2 3 4, likewise it will execute like a shell scripting. Okay, so in the Docker file we will use the below keywords. So below keywords, how many keywords are there? So these many keywords are there mainly. So we will read this in this class. So first one from, second one maintainer, third one copy, fourth one add, run, command, CMD, entry point, environment, argument, work dir, expose, volume, user, and labels. These are the keywords. I told that right here. It is a set of instructions. These are the instructions. How to use these instructions, we are going to learn now. But understand that these are the set of instructions, and we have to be, and these are, it is a DSL. So these are the DSL, domain specific language.